Welcome, I'm Bill Prater. This is my business partner, Ken Grant.
G'day.
And we're going to give you an opportunity to meet both Bill and Ken and to sort of feel some part of this program as well as reading about it here on the website. So, Ken, I've got a question that I want to ask you, and it's a question I imagine if you were here standing in my position, you'd be asking, and that is, Ken, after this 100-day Executive Mastermind program, after I've experienced all of that, what's the big benefit? What's the big takeaway that I can expect?
Yeah, all right, so that's a good question. So you're probably thinking the same thing as Bill suggested. So in getting to know each other, I'll run up to your question with a thought. In getting to know each other, Bill and I have figured out that we have very, very similar clientele, probably exactly the same as you. Business owner, business leader, executives,
Project managers.
Correct. Managers.
Sales managers.
Correct. And one of the things we noticed about everybody that we've ever worked with together, we've been working separately for like 20 years each. And this is why we think that you're probably thinking the same thing. What are the limitations that I face on a day-to-day basis? Well, one of the things that we noticed is, and everybody we chat with is, these limitations aren't just your limitations, but as the leader, you also realize that the people behind you are being limited by where you stop. So one of the things we've put into this mastermind is how do we crash through that ceiling? Well, one of the great things we know about this is that once you've hit one ceiling, there's going to be another one. Crash through that. Well, we've combined so many different amazing things to put into this 100 days that we'll knock down
We've got kind of a wrecking ball.
Correct. You get one, you knock it down. You get the next one, at some point, magically, you will find freedom that you didn't know you had before, which means that you won't hit ceilings. You won't hit walls. It'll just open up doors that are like, okay, I can do this. I can just keep on moving forward. But the magic is, remember, you in some ways are holding people back. You do this, and all of a sudden there's a floodgate that opens of possibility.
Well, listening to you answer that, it reminds me how really differently you and I approach things.
Correct.
Now, I happen to be known best as a strategic execution expert. In other words, converting strategy into actual results. And I do that through goals and accountability. So I'm very goal-oriented. So when I talk to Ken about goals, he says, well, we'll just put those aside and we'll go even further. So could you elaborate on the difference between my, if you will, left brain approach and the approach that you take, whatever in the world it is?
Yeah, so the great thing about this is that we both have goals, we just see goals very, very differently. And that's what makes this mastermind so magical. Bill and I look at the world from completely different angles, but so often end up in exactly the same spot. To me, my goal is, let's get rid of all these limitations that I speak of. Let's throw caution to the wind, and let's see how far you are willing to go. Listen, our job is not to force you somewhere. Our job is to help take down these walls. Well, part of my deal is then, what's possible, right? If we know we can take you to the moon, you're like, yeah, I'll go to the moon. Well, that's Bill's job, is how do we get to go that far, right? So in essence, it's kind of a 1-2 hit for us. What's possible, and how do we get there?
Now, talking about what's possible and how do we get there, perhaps you've already decided that you want to be part of the 100-day Executive Mastermind program. If so, welcome aboard. Now, you might, though, need some more information. So we've got a lot of material here on the website, which you certainly should read. But even more, some of you might need to talk to me, Bill, and you're welcome to do so. My contact information is right here on the website, so take advantage, get a hold of me, and we'll have a one-on-one talk about, is this 100-day Executive Mastermind program right for you? And Ken?
Yeah, same
I'm
information.
Sure you do the same.
Get hold of me, get hold of Bill, call us together. We'll walk you through any of the questions that you may be still having, because we'd love to have you be part of our project.
Yes, we would indeed, so thank you very much.
We appreciate it. Thank you.